take you out to the play here in the second round. Right on the edge, Jeeno Thitikul, #1 in the world, #1 in the overall race, season-long race. This for eagle and share.
She had a round yesterday that made 5 under look like a walk in the park. And just doing very consistent Jeeno things. High expectations there with the wedge in your hand, Terry.
I know. 7.
This is Jeeno Thitikul.
It's an awkward hole here, Tom, the way the trees are and the way the wind blows typically across this hole, so it makes it really hard to tell exactly where the wind is coming from when you're sitting down in the fairway. Ideally, you want to be just a little bit right of this flag stick here. Not a lot of room to the left. Everything slopes off the green.
Bogey free, Jennifer Kupcho, as we go over to the 7th. Jeeno Thitikul for her birdie. Just lurking though, one back of Nelly Korda. Great day today for Korda, round of 64. Very important, I think, for Nelly. But it's since the 6th hole and putting herself in the mix.
Tee at 8, Jeeno Thitikul at 8 under.
This is, as usual, playing as one of the easier holes on this golf course. Very front hole location today. Take dead aim.
Could be early.
12th green.
Se-Young Kim has missed hers. Thitikul now for birdie and a share at 9 under.
Should have a touch of break to her right. She's been working on more visualization and not trying to stand over the ball so long. Be a little bit more reactive with her putting.
That's just a great looking putt and great angle to watch it. Perfectly judged to 9 under, sharing the lead with Korda, #1 in so many categories this year, including that Player of the Year race. Miyu Yamashita also in the mix there, but she would have to win it. Should stay one back. Tee at 9.
Yeah, sort of an island fairway in a sense here, but the water really doesn't come into play too often, although that is a bit left. Yeah, even with a poor drive like that, the fairway's wide enough where it's not a problem. When the golf course firms up, I think it can become a bit more difficult off the tee sometimes. Ball can run into trouble, but that's no problem for Jeeno. And this is at the 9th. This is not an angle we see very often on this hole. Karen Stupples is watching Jeeno Thitikul.
And she's going to finesse a 5-iron from that left side. Looks like it's on a good line. A well-struck shot.
Dangerous angle from over there too. That was a superb.
Give me an interesting bunker shot, that one. Over to the 9th after that tremendous second shot from Jeeno. This for a birdie.
And this one's got a little bit of left movement in this putt. I mean, it really puts it into perspective. She hit a 5-iron into this green, so not like it was a wedge or anything. So really judging everything really well. I mean, it really was just a pure strike.
Yep. Very good 3. That was not happy about the tee shot. The second shot was majestic.
Thitikul on the way at 10 or second.
Yeah, trying to little punch one in there. And
oh, what a shot.
Pretty good there, Morgan.
Oh, just one more rotation.
She also got the divot in her pocket. Trick shot. Trick shot all the way around.
You know, you're right about yesterday. It just looked like a walk in the park. And today she starts and right to the top of the leaderboard.
It was one of the easiest 5-unders I've ever seen.
Yeah. Bringing it back.
How does that not fall?
Gravity, where are you? So I have to get it to 11 though as we take you to the. So sensational approach. Fix the mark and just tap in to get it to 11 under par. And the leader remains the leader by 2 now. 3 in a row. And not a bogey on the card. So
This is the tee at 11. Playing tough today. Jeeno Thitikul on the tee.
Well, Tom, I like what Morgan says. It really is this whole location on the right that's making this one tough. No problem from the tee shot, though.
Something else when you're disappointed in that shot.
Yeah.
She's disappointed in the process and the way she hit it to get there, but I think she's happy with the result.
Jeeno second.
And that was from 151. 141 covers the bunker. And that was just a smooth 8-iron for Jeeno.
Such a good shot, that. What a shot. I mean, players have struggled with that second shot today. We've seen quite a few balls in the water on the right side.
and in the race, the CME Globe taking control today. Jeeno Thitikul, great shots throughout the day. This for birdie at 11. It'd be her 4th birdie in a row.
Almost feels like a continuation from the 2024 championship. Terry, defending champion here as well, loves this golf course, putting on a clinic.
Eagle birdie finished last year to close it out, win $4 million, looking to win another $4 million this time around. Look at that scorecard. Out in 5 under, gorgeous conditions, low scoring yesterday. And of course, again today. So Morgan and I, along with Tom Abbott, Karen Stupples, Paige McKenzie, and Amy Rogers to talk to some of the players. Karen Stupples out there watching now.
Well, and Jeeno has another 8-iron out. That was an 8-iron that she hit at the previous hole in so tight. This one a fuller shot, consequently coming in a lot higher.
That softness is part of.
Jump to the 12th and another birdie look for Jeeno Thitikul.
It is, and I'd say it's one of those putts that, you know, it doesn't seem too intimidating. Not a huge amount of break or borrow in this one, but it's not one that you think, oh yes, I'm going to make, just because of the length of it. I think you'd be happy just looking for perfect speed here, and if it goes in, then fantastic. Seon Kim has already chipped up onto the green, but still has a lengthy par putt.
Jeeno's made 4 birdies in a row, birdied 5 of the last 6.
I spoke to her coach earlier this week. He said they're really working on being a little bit more reactive over the putts, taking the putter back a little bit quicker and working on the rhythm of her stroke.
Oh, just that much more. She had it. It's a great read. Set a record money-wise last year for the season. $4 million helps winning the last one, and it would once again this year. Team.
Jeeno Thitikul on the tee, going with driver.
Well, a little bit of helping wind here as well at the moment, so she should be able to get this one quite a long way down there.
Lost it right yesterday onto the coquina, but this one's just fine. Got to avoid the divots, which it just does. Alongside the player at the top of the leaderboard, so she knows exactly what she needs to do.
Tom, Jeeno's only got 83 yards, ball slightly above her feet. And it's got the pink grip, which means it's the 58-degree wedge.
Yeah, she has different coloured grips for each different club.
I thought she switched those on you, Karen.
And she did, but I've got the lowdown on what ones are the new ones.
That's so her family back home can see what club she's hitting into each hole. Unique way of doing it.
Lead of Jeeno Thitikul, who's at 13.
And has got a really good chance for a 3.
She does, and from this part of the green, Tom, I don't see a huge amount in this one either. And her lines look tremendous.
Yeah, so she gets to 13 under par. Finished 22 under par last year. The record is 27 under par. That was Amy Yang 2 years.
Properly at the bottom.
Wide fairways here. You had 15 players hit every fairway in the opening round yesterday. Thitikul trying to do that here at 14 now.
And it really is just a question of putting this into a position with the tee all the way at the back, playing a little bit into the wind, this tee shot as well.
She's watching that anxiously.
Par 5, 14th, and the third coming up for Jeeno Thitikul.
Played a really aggressive second shot that kind of ran through the coquina bunker and has left her in a really good spot. I mean, you can see there's bunkers right and left of her, and she's managed to find a nice patch of grass to hit from. Plenty of green to use, half of which will be angled towards her the first half, so that would pitch into a slope, but then it falls away downhill towards the hole.
It's going to leave a ticklish putt there.
Well, I think when it comes to Sei Young, she's, as Morgan was saying, she's playing with the leader. She knows exactly what she needs to do, and she is such a competitor. We've seen her in action for so many years now on the LPGA Tour that we know what her MO is. She likes to compete, and so this really, she would be enjoying this, trying to keep up with Jeeno. Jeeno, on the other hand, completely in the zone, and I think that little pitch just fooled her. It landed into that upslope, and it took all the speed off of it. But it looks like it falls away so quickly when it gets over that little crest in the green. That probably had her thinking hard about giving it too much, which is why she's ended up with this putt that is a little bit more downhill than she would like.
This to get it to 9 under on the day.
Almost gotten to the point where we're shocked when she misses a putt. She's
not almost. I'm there. Disappointing though, par 5.
Hard to be disappointed with the way that she's played today, but being greenside in 2, good opportunities on the way she reacts, but she does look a little bit underneath it, if anything, trying to save it late in her golf swing.
Jeeno says this is kind of a carefree event. The last event of the season, she came here saying 4 more days and then I get some time off.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing that this is a carefree event, that there's $4 million for the winner. I was like, okay. But I think that kind of attitude really helps you as a player when you're playing for that amount of money. And that's got to sit down. It's heading towards some pine straw.
It can actually go out of bounds pretty quickly down that right side. That's going to be held up. The out of bounds is literally on the other side of the car path, which is right there by the pine straw. So if you do get it going a little bit too far right under, Jeeno over on the pine straw makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, she's got 150 as a number. It's just really about keeping your balance and not allowing your feet to skid. But the lie was actually pretty clean when it comes to the pine straw.
Yeah, that is going to stay in the bowl, so that's going to be a tricky putt.
But she did a really good job here keeping her lower body still. Lucky to have a clear shot and a relatively clear lie. Watch her legs hardly move at all. Just a little bit of turn back and through. You have to play the ball a little bit further back in your stance just to make sure you get very clean contact, similar to how you'd play a shot off the coquina, but a little more challenging because
today on a really good run, just giving one back. As we go over to the 15th hole, and Jeeno's going to be putting from that lower level.
It is, and that makes it more tricky, Tom. I mean, you've seen putts on here all day, and initially you have quite a steep slope that she has to climb up onto the top of, but then it wants to fall away once the ball gets on top of that. It should break down towards the left as well. So all in all, this putt is not that easy to judge speed-wise because of the change in slope.
Not only will Jeeno walk away with the CME Group Tour Championship title here, she could win the Rolex Player of the Year on Sunday for the first time in her career. Of course, she managed to win this event last year, but did not capture the Rolex Player of the Year, so that would be a great honor. And as we talked about, not easy to get the pace right from down there.
When somebody wins 7 times, it's hard to beat them. From
12th. Jeeno, a bit of clean-up work to do.
Just a little bit, and making sure that she doesn't leave anything to chance. Going through her normal routine.
Struggling with a bit of a wrist injury this week. Said she thought it was from practicing last week in Dallas. Still in a little bit of pain, but you wouldn't think so, would you, with the way that she has played today? And
back. Jeeno Thitikul, the leader tee at 16.
And this is a 7-iron. There's a hint of help off the left with the wind.
Yeah. Right in that area where so many players are, but even closer. So very makeable to get it to 14 under par here on day 2.
No, you're absolutely correct. I mean, I've watched her so many times now, just go birdie after birdie after birdie, and very impressive player. And you're right, she's one on that leaderboard that everybody sees and goes, whoop, she's capable of it.
Similar line here, much shorter, but get a read.
Yeah, somewhat. It's more to the left of Se Young's line, so a little bit difficult. The volunteers around this green have said they've seen a number of players hit it to this spot, but nobody's really been able to get the read right. I think it's because the influence of that front bunker makes it a difficult read.
He's had a couple of those here in the back 9. And still a 3-shot lead.
Just keeps doing what she has to do. Fairways, greens. Granted, she missed that fairway on 15, but still, I mean, a clean card. When she does miss a putt, it is barely.
Yeah.
They all look like they have a great chance to go in, roll end over end.
They wanted to make that turn, but stayed right there.
To the CME Globe, that indicates an incredible season. Jeeno just stretching her wrist there. We said that she was in a little bit of pain this week, injured it last week. Bit of a wait on the reachable par 5 17th tee, but now Jeeno ready to go.
I think most players expect that when they get to this tee that they're going to have to wait for the fairway to clear. Wasn't too long though. There is a tiniest bit of help in this wind. That sat down pretty quickly.
She was quite a bit right off the tee here yesterday. Better spot here to go for the green.
I've been there.
Me too.
Well, we'll see what she can. This is at the 17th. Jeeno Thitikul just waiting for Madeline Sagstrom, who taps in up on the green. So Madeline will be departing, and now the green is clear for Jeeno.
And yardage is 218 to the hole, and she's got a 4-iron out. It's 208 to carry the front right bunker in front of that flag. So this has to be a little bit left of that flag. And it's certainly going on a draw.
A bit of a double cross there. Karen looked like she was set up to hit a fade and definitely release the right hand. She had a tough shot yesterday where she was plugged up against the face of the bunker, but that was from a very poor...
Talks about Jeeno being fortunate, Karen, because she stayed up on the top.
I mean, she's 6 inches from falling down that same slope and being where Se Young Kim was. It is actually a much easier shot.
Yeah, it's quick once it's about 15 yards short there. There's that spine, isn't there? Just needed a fraction more pace going over the spine to get it down. Fell outside of the top 50 this year, but is now back inside the world's top 50, courtesy of her victory a couple of weeks ago at the Toto Japan Classic. Up on the green, the world #1, Jeeno Thitikul, for a birdie.
She has about 7 feet left, might even be closer to 8 feet, but really, with this being downhill, you've got to be thinking of hitting this maybe as a 5-footer. Just trickle it down there.
Easiest hole on the golf course. With 3 eagles here today. It's a great birdie opportunity. And you would expect the world #1 to make a birdie. That gets her to 9 under par for the day. Looking for the low round of the week and potentially equaling the tournament course record if she.
This is the easier side of this hole to putt from. It's a little bit more uphill and she's close to
Believe.
Have you ever missed it?
I don't want to say never.
Personal
I don't know.
question, I know.
No. Morgan was
Probably
very
not.
straight,
Fair,
Terry.
I didn't miss too many fairways in my career.
That's
That wasn't an issue.
Part of the reason I asked. So Tom mentioned it. Course record 62. Lydia Ko, second round back in 2016. This player is at 9 under on the day.
Well, and this is a whole location that I think that being on the front right of the green gives her an opportunity.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it. Middle of the fairway. So 14 under, up by 3. She won it last year, $4 million. And I know we've got a long way to go. We got the weekend still ahead, but looking great right now. At 7 under through 2 days. So, I mean, we've talked about and we've watched it all year and last year how impressive she is. She's only 22 years old.
I've it in her follow through.
Jeeno.
She has 166, has a 6-iron out, so I don't think this is going to be a full shot.
You can tell she liked it. Stay right there.
That's an okay place to putt from there. You can see, as Karen said, didn't have that big high full finish that we've seen a lot of her today. Controlled that one nicely.
So she and Miyu Yamashita, the only multiple-time winners this season. Remarkable year, and 29 different winners on the LPGA Tour. But look at the numbers on the right. I mean, birdie or better average, and then bogey avoidance. Those two together, #1. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, she's almost top in greens and regulation and top in putts for green and regulation. That's a great combo that's going to lead to a lot of birdies and game as well. I think it's interesting sitting here and watching it from this perspective, Terry. You realize that nobody really has everything. Jeeno's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
You know, players who have length maybe struggle a little bit on the greens, and players who are very straight but don't have a lot of length are great putters. There's a total mix of packages in players' games, and hardly anybody has it all. But when you watch Jeeno, you just truly see no weaknesses.
Both these players, great memory in dramatic fashion with that curling 25-foot putt. Jeeno first here.
And this is a bit of a tricky putt. It's downhill with a bit of break to the left. So you've got to get everything right here with this one if you want to make this.
Knew it right away.
Negative stroke we've seen out of her today. Almost like
It to be for sure. Still got a little bit of work left as well.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna move the coin.
Very strange looking putt, like it really slowed up so quick.
So are you confused now if you're Se-Young Kim?
Yes, because putting well. You know they're hitting the ball over their chosen line, and you have a good...
And one of those players who could go out tomorrow and shoot a course record. So this finish up with a par, and certainly a little bit in this.
There is. I mean, it's a good sort of three and a half, 4 feet, but it's got that little bit of movement to it to the left that makes it more awkward. And you really have to buy into your line here, be committed to it.
Brilliant round, taking control of the championship. 63. Best we've seen. It matches her season low. That was at the Buick LPGA Shanghai in that final round. 61's her best in her career out here, and it's a young career, just getting things started.
Just superb ball striking today. Terry only missed one fairway and one green, which was that final green right there on 18 where she was putting from the fringe.
And didn't miss it by much. So the 3-shot lead over Se Young Kim, Jeeno Thitikul, the #1 player in the world.
Jeeno, we have just marveled these 2 days at how effortless you have made it look out there. A bogey-free 63 today. You told me yesterday you didn't have any complaints about your round. How would you assess today's play?
Better than yesterday for sure. Still had no complaint with like a bogey fee and then 9 birdies, so I'll take it.
You told me yesterday that you suffered a right wrist injury when you were preparing to come out here and play this week. How would you describe your pain during the round today?
I think it's good. It's almost like 100%. I don't think I feel any, it was bothering me today on the swing pretty much. So it's good. So it's like, I hopefully in next 2 days gonna be like this.
You're taking a nice lead into the weekend here, but we've seen a lot of low scores, not only here, but in years past. How do you approach the final 2 days of this championship?
As I always say, all the winners here, they score always like 20 and 20 plus something, which is really low scoring. So we had nothing. We just need to make more and more and more.
It was so fun watching you and Se Young Kim out there today. Combined, you two were 12 under.
I know.
She said how fun and amazing it was to play with you. How would you describe the day?
I think every time that I play with Se Young this year, we always combine it's a lot. I think the last time that I played with her, it's in FM, and then we both shooting I don't know how many under par, but always seeing her, she's playing on tour for a while, and then she always sent incredible players to play with, and then yeah, I just really have fun. We're just battling out with birdies out there today.
Well, we can't wait to see what you two do out there this weekend. Thanks for the time. Nice playing today.
Thank you.
On her way, we'll see. Morgan Kressel and the crew on.